Hey guys, this is Josh here with Trillium Wild Edibles, and today I wanted to share with you 5 common myths about herbal medicine and medicinal plants that you may have heard or thought about yourself. In this video, I'm going to be giving my personal experiences and opinions on all of these myths. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 5. They're natural, so they're safe. This could not be farther from the truth. While it is true they can be safer than commercial medicine if harvested, prepared, and used properly, they are not automatically safe just because they are plants or because they are natural. Some of the most potent poisons we have ever studied come from plants and mushrooms. Mother Nature is very good at creating very potent toxins, and many medicinal plants and herbs have toxins of some kind in them. However, on the same note, so does the air we breathe, so I guess it's 6 of one and half dozen of the other. So with all of the process going into the hands of ourselves, there does stand a higher chance of mistakes being made. When gathering, you can misidentify a plant, harvest it at the wrong time of the year, or even gather the wrong part of a plant. While preparing your medicine, it's possible to not wash it properly, not to dry it properly, which can lead to mold or other contamination from things like excessive hair, animal fur, or even dust can get into your herbs. While a small amount of things like dust and hair aren't necessarily going to hurt you, you really do want to try to keep your medicine as clean as possible. Lastly, there is always a chance of being allergic and not knowing it, either because you haven't taken the plant before or by getting a symptom of an allergy that some people may not be aware of. So while medicinal plants and herbs are safe in general, they can also be very dangerous if the proper steps aren't taken. Number 4. There's no side effects. Every medicine has a side effect, and it's no different with medicinal herbs and plants. Sometimes the side effects can be as bad as with modern medicine, but even if used properly, some plants still carry side effects for one person and not for another. For example, I use Yarrow for pain personally within my home. Someone else that I know gets very sleepy when they use it, which is one of the side effects of Yarrow. Other side effects that I have seen in others or experienced myself from medicinal herbs has been dry mouth, excessive sweating, constipation, diarrhea, dehydrated feeling, as well as hallucinations. The last one I experienced personally was about 3 years ago by taking too much yarrow and lobelia together. Number 3. They're weaker than commercial medicine. While some herbs and medicinal plants are rather mild, others are extremely potent. Some are so potent that modern medicine actually uses them in medications today. While it is true that sometimes they don't work as fast as modern medicine, this is mainly based upon the strength of the herbal preparation or the plant/plants that are being used, sometimes even a combination of both. A good portion of the people I have given medicine to or treated using herbs at my house, they're oftentimes very shocked at how fast the medicine works and how well it works. In some cases, they're even surprised that it didn't taste too bad either. It's important to mention that modern medicine is made in a laboratory with very specific measurements, whereas at home, herbal medications are made by using ratios, and the amount of active ingredients is something we, as foragers, cannot always actively measure. This is why there are harvesting times when it is best to harvest certain parts of plants for different uses, because in some seasons the active ingredients will be at a lesser amount than in the right season. This can lead to the assumption that herbal medicines are weaker than commercial ones, while that is simply just not the case. Number 2. They all come from the rainforest. There are more plants in your city or town than you probably realize, and most of these most likely have a medicinal use of some kind. The most popular and well-known medicinal herbs have come from far-off lands or the rainforest, but we have so many wonders right here in our own backyards, sometimes literally in our backyard. My medicine chest, for example, is comprised of plants that I have found within about 20 minutes of where I live or have been gathered from my own yard. None of us have to go deep into a rainforest or some far-off land just to get our medicine, and modern science needs to investigate the wonders in our own yards, which I believe would make herbal medicine more accepted, as well as making it more accessible through information on the subject. Number 1. It is dangerous to use herbal medicine. This one probably gets me the most. Some people think it's too dangerous because they are concerned with misidentification, the unknowns of how well it can work, or the unknown side effects. Others think foraging for medicinal plants is dangerous because they aren't made in a laboratory setting, which is untrue as some herbal medicines are actually made in a laboratory setting. While unrealistic for at-home manufacturing of your own medicine, that doesn't make it dangerous necessarily. While it is true herbal medicine can be very dangerous for several reasons that we've already discussed, it's no more dangerous than most anything else that you probably do in your life. For each one of these things, there are rules that we follow to try to keep ourselves safe, and it's no different with medicinal herbs. Those rules are, in short, Rule 1: never take a plant for medicine that you have not identified. Rule 2: keep all things clean, from hands to jars to containers, utensils, and surfaces. Rule 3: make your medicine weaker at first and make sure you have a backup medication handy in case you have an allergic reaction or it doesn't work. Rule number 4: learn as much about your condition or symptoms that you need the medicine for before you actually take something or decide on a plant to take. So there's 5 common myths about herbal medicine and medicinal plants that you may have heard or maybe even worried about yourself. Hopefully this video has eased some concerns associated with those myths. Also, let me know in the comments what myths you may have heard associated with medicinal plants. Anyway, I thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more about wild edible or medicinal plants, please make sure to subscribe.